President Putin sets conditions for Western companies to return to Russia.
China to reduce tariffs on U.S. goods by 10% starting noon on May 14.
Deputy Prime Minister commends Nghệ for disbursing public investment above national average.
Hello everyone, you are watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Đăng. Let's get started. Russian President Vladimir Putin stated that Russia is ready to welcome certain Western businesses back to its market, but this will only be considered if it aligns with the country's economic interests.
Earlier in March, President Putin instructed the government to establish strict regulations for Western companies seeking to return to the Russian market, aiming to protect the interests of domestic businesses. Kirill Dmitriev, the Russian president's special envoy for investment, stated that some companies that had previously left are now beginning to return, although not yet publicly. According to data from the Russian Federal Service for Intellectual Property at the end of April, McDonald's Corporation filed over 50 trademark applications related to food and beverages in Russia. Meanwhile, South Korean automaker Hyundai registered at least 8 new trademarks in the country during April. LG Electronics confirmed it had resumed operations at its home appliance plant in Moscow as of March. Around the same time, Italian company Ariston officially announced its return to the Russian market.
In its first move to fulfill commitments made during recent negotiations in Switzerland, China announced late on May 13 that it will reduce additional tariffs on U.S. goods from 34% to 10% starting at noon on May 14 and temporarily suspend a 24% tariff for 90 days.
The Office of the Customs Tariff Commission of China's State Council stated that the significant reduction in bilateral tariffs between the two countries aligns with the expectations of producers and consumers in both nations and is beneficial to China-US economic and trade exchanges as well as the global economy. Previously, following the first round of negotiations in Geneva, Switzerland, China's Ministry of Commerce announced that the two countries had reached a consensus to eliminate 91% of additional tariffs on each other's imported goods. Both sides also agreed to temporarily suspend the imposition of reciprocal and retaliatory tariffs of 24% for 90 days, and to continue negotiations on bilateral economic and trade relations. Stock markets around the world surged on May 12 after the U.S. and China reached an agreement to reduce tariffs on each other's goods.
Deputy Prime Minister Thành acknowledged and commended Nghệ An province along with 6 other localities for achieving a public investment disbursement rate significantly higher than the national average.
As of April 30, 2025, the national public investment disbursement rate reached approximately 15.56%. Meanwhile, Nghệ had disbursed 2.256 Vietnamese dongs .47 billion, equivalent to 22.56% of its total 2025 plan. Of that amount, provincial concentrated capital disbursement totaled 956.47 billion Vietnamese dongs, or 20.29% of the target. Several funding sources recorded high disbursement rates, including the National Target Program for New Rural Development, 58.54%, revenue from land use, 32.27%, and lottery proceeds, 45.63%. Recognizing the importance and responsibility in fulfilling the public investment disbursement task. On April 15, 2025, Chairman of the Nghệ and Provincial People's Committee, Vinh, issued a decision assigning specific responsibilities for monitoring, directing, and expediting the progress and disbursement of public investment projects for 2025.
Coming up next are some updated news.
In the 2023 to 2025 period, the project, Enhancing Skills and Employment Opportunities for Youth to Contribute to Improving Safe International Integration Capacity, implemented in Nghệ Province, organized 6 job fairs for youth, attracting over 6,000 young people and workers. As a result, thousands of workers received soft skills training through short-term vocational courses. They were introduced to job opportunities and supported in starting their own businesses. The project has made a significant contribution to improving the personal capacities, professional skills, and social awareness of young people in the context of the ongoing labor structure shift and increasingly strong international integration.
Since early this morning, May 14, a large number of Buddhists and local people have been lining up from the Viet XO Friendship Cultural Palace to Quan Su Temple to pay homage to the relics of Buddha Shakyamuni. The organizers have set up a queue system and erected soft barriers stretching from the Viet XO Cultural Palace to the temple gate to prevent crowding and pushing. The Buddhists, dressed in respectful attire, lined up neatly and moved forward step by step, waiting for their turn to enter the temple to venerate the Buddha's relics. The relics will be displayed on the first floor of the Quan Su Temple's hall for monks, nuns, Buddhists, and the public to pay their respects. The veneration will take place from 7 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. on May 14, 15, and 16. After this period, the Buddha's relics will be transported to Tam Chuk Temple, Ha Nam, for veneration from May 17 to 21.
As part of the cultural and sports activities of the Sen Village Festival, the 2025 National Traditional Wrestling Championship is being held in Nam Dan District, Nghệ An Province. This year, the event has attracted 200 wrestlers from 17 teams representing the Army, People's Police, Hai Phong, Ninh Binh, Vac Ninh, Hanoi, Truyen Quang, Thái Nguyên, and the host province Nghệ An. The athletes are competing in 18 weight categories, ranging from 48 kilograms to 130 kilograms, with a total of 230 matches. The timing of the National Traditional Wrestling Championship in May is particularly meaningful as it is part of the events within the 2025 Sen Village Festival program, serving as a reminder to the younger generation of the nation's origins and its history of building and defending the country. The championship will take place over 5 days, from May 14th to May 18th, 2025.
The Sen Village Festival this year is being held on a national scale to celebrate the 135th anniversary of President Ho Chi Minh's birth. In addition to the main events, many large-scale activities and events will also be solemnly organized.
Tate, the management board of the Kim Lean Historical Relic Site in Nam Dan, the venue for many key events in the series commemorating the 135th birth anniversary of President Ho Chi Minh and the 2025 Sen Village Festival, has developed a detailed plan to coordinate with relevant authorities, aiming to ensure a successful and meaningful festival. In recent days, the Kim Lean Special National Historical Site has welcomed tens of thousands of visitors from both inside and outside the province. In addition to welcoming and serving visitors on pilgrimages to President Ho Chi Minh's hometown, the Kim Lean Relic Site has, up to this point, effectively organized vibrant and engaging visual communication activities, ensured security and order, maintained environmental sanitation, and prepared all necessary conditions for receiving and guiding tourists. This year, the Sen Village Festival will feature a special event, the inauguration of the statue of President Ho Chi Minh returning to visit his homeland. The statue is a collaboration between the Ministry of Public Security and Nghệ An Province. Participating in the event are more than 500 cadets from the Drum Art Troupe of the People's Police Academy and the Public Security Ceremonial Delegation. The students have practiced a drum performance that includes drum dancing, drumming with lion and dragon dances, flag performances, and traditional dances to create a truly impressive and culturally rich drum festival display. A highlight of the opening night will be a large-scale artistic performance rich in emotion and high artistic value.
Every Vietnamese heart holds Uncle Ho within it. Every action and gesture of his has built lasting monuments. Therefore, having the opportunity to create this program is both an honor and a source of great pride. All preparations for the opening ceremony of the festival on the evening of the 15th are now ready. The artists and performers have participated in rehearsals with great seriousness and dedication.
This year's festival will feature 6 major activities organized by units under the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism in coordination with local agencies. Notable events include the inauguration of the 9-tier waterfall at the tomb of Madame Hoang Thi Loan, President Ho Chi Minh's mother, the journey following Uncle Ho's footsteps for national security, running race, a film week dedicated to President Ho Chi Minh, among others.
This is the end of the show today. Thank you for watching.